frame it as if the whole reason for making Facebook and building something was because I wanted to get girls or wanted to get into some kind of social institution. They just can't wrap their head around the idea that someone might build something because they like building things.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Mark Zuckerberg. Today, I want to talk about purpose. Purpose doesn't only come from work. Purpose is that feeling that you are a part of something bigger than yourself, that you are needed, and that you have something better ahead to work for. Purpose is what creates true happiness. One of my favorite stories is when JFK went to go visit the NASA Space Center and he saw a janitor holding a broom and he asked him what he was doing, and the janitor replied, "Mr. President, I'm helping put a man on the moon." And this is my story. I had just launched this prank website, FaceMash, and the ad board wanted to see me. Everyone thought I was gonna get kicked out. My parents drove up here to help me pack my stuff. But I swear, getting into Harvard is the thing my parents are most proud of me for.
Reporting that there is an email from Harvard.
So you want me to open this?
What?
Hang on a sec.
Are you serious? All right! Okay, we are now focusing on the newest, or one of the newest members of Harvard's class of 2006, and the dog.
As luck would have it, I was running late for class. Mine was Computer Science 121, so I threw on a t-shirt. I put it on inside out and backwards, and my tag was sticking out the front. I couldn't figure out why no one in class would talk to me. Except for this one guy, KX Jin. We started doing our problem sets together, and now he runs a big part of Facebook. And that is why you should be nice to people. It's really good to be idealistic, but be prepared to be misunderstood. J.K. Rowling got rejected 12 times before she finally wrote and published Harry Potter. The greatest successes come from having the freedom to fail. Movies and pop culture just get this all wrong. The idea of a single eureka moment is a dangerous lie, because we feel like we haven't had ours yet. And it prevents people with seeds of good ideas from ever getting started in the first place. I remember that night I launched Facebook from that little dorm in Kirkland House.
Welcome to Facebook.
I was excited to help connect the Harvard community, but one day someone would connect the whole world. The thing is, it never even occurred to me that that someone might be us. We were just college kids. There were all these great big technology companies with all these resources, and I just assumed one of them would do it. But this idea was so clear to us that all people want to connect. So we just kept working on it, day after day after day. And I know that a lot of you are gonna have your own stories just like this. A change in the world that seems so clear that you are sure someone else is going to do it. But they're not. You will.
Why was it the case that we were able to build Facebook and that some other company didn't? It's not that they had a lack of talent, right? I mean, we were like a ragtag group of children. So I kind of think the reason is because people doubt new ideas before they come to fruition.
Now, maybe you're asking yourself, can I really do this? Let me tell you a secret. No one does when they begin. Ideas don't come out fully formed. They only become clear as you work on them. You just have to get started. If I had to know everything about connecting people before I got started, I never would have built Facebook. You see, my hope was never to build a company. I wanted to have an impact. And as all these people started joining us, I just assumed that that's what they wanted to do too, so I never took the time to explain what it was that I hoped we'd build. A couple of years in, some big companies wanted to buy us. I didn't want to sell. Nearly everyone else wanted to sell. This was their startup dream come true, and it tore our company apart. Relationships were so frayed that within a year or so, every single person on our management team was gone. That was my hardest time leading Facebook. I believed in what we were doing, but I felt alone. And worse, it was my fault. I wondered if I was just wrong, an imposter, a 22-year-old kid who had no idea how things actually worked. Now, years later, I understand that is how things work when there's no sense of higher purpose. So it's up to all of us to create it so we can all keep moving forward together. Anyone taking initiative will always get criticized for moving too fast because there's always someone who wants to slow you down. But that can't stop us from getting started. So what are we waiting for? It is time for our generation-defining great works. These achievements are all within our reach. Let's do them all in a way that gives everyone in our society a role. Let's do big things, not just to create progress, but to create purpose. Now, I know a lot of entrepreneurs, and I don't know a single person who gave up on starting a business because they were worried they might not make enough money. But I know too many people who haven't had the chance to pursue their dreams because they didn't have a cushion to fall back on if they failed.
I finished my sophomore year and came out to Palo Alto, fully expecting that I'd actually go back to Harvard in the fall, but didn't quite make it after Peter put his money in. But we started building a company instead, and got a little sidetracked. But fortunately, Harvard lets you take indefinite periods of time off.
Yeah.
So, if this ever falls through, I'm back at Harvard.
We all know you don't get successful just by having a good idea or working hard. You get successful by being lucky too. If I had to support my family growing up instead of having the time to learn how to code, if I didn't know that I was going to be fine if Facebook didn't work out, then I wouldn't be standing up here today. And if we're honest, we all know how much luck we've had to get to this point in our lives. And as we sit here in front of Memorial Church, I'm reminded of a prayer that I sing to my daughter, thinking of her future when I tuck her in at night. And it goes, "May the source of strength, who's blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing." I hope you find the courage to make your life a blessing.